Going out of town? Want to take your favorite radio station with you? Listen online at suunews.net/KSUU.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event.
Where's the Friday? My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious.
So, another Friday is upon us.
WTF. I'm Rob Birdsey. How you guys doing? I have a friend. Oh, wait. Oh, that's better. G'day, guys. This is Rob Birdsey. I just made a mistake. And that's how life works. So this is WTF. I have Katie Christensen in with us right now. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, you can. We're live right now. It's at Widowed, Trio, and Freedom. So Widowed, I'm a widowed dad. Trio is my 2 little boys. And Freedom is one day that might work out for us. I don't know. So go there and like, share, and subscribe and be my friend and support us. That'd be really cool. And you can see us. We're here right now. It's like right there. Hello.
Hi.
Katie, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. Thank you for pointing out that I didn't press the buttons, because
I was like, wait a second, that doesn't look right.
that's not the first time I've done that too.
It's fine. We all make mistakes.
We do, and
Yeah.
that's the part of it. You get a little flush, you get a little red, and then you just roll with the punches and recoup and recompose yourself.
Yeah. During the morning show, we keep accidentally not turning on Jackson's mic.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
But
though.
he's like loud, so when you listen to it back, you can hear him like through my mic a little bit.
That's fun.
Kind of funny.
How's the morning show going for you guys?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah?
We're like, Jackson and I didn't really know each other before like this. We had never talked before we started doing the morning show together. So at first, like me and Jackson, it kind of felt like we didn't know how to talk to each other. So when Piper wasn't there, it was a little bit awkward. But I think we're starting to get more of a flow. Like Jackson and I were on Thursday, and I think we kind of got it together. We kind of had a good flow. So we're definitely improving like constantly, and I think that's good.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great way to put it. Is like you always adjust and get better. You know, there's a thing. Jackson, he's a really accomplished person in so many ways, and he's just so quiet about things. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, just own you. You're good. You're good enough. You know what I mean? Like he really is talented. And he's got a great voice, and when he says things, he's got great opinions. Yeah, so I
agree.
My suggestion for Jackson, if you ever listen to this, Jackson, and take it with a grain of salt, but dude, just own it, man. You're so good. You're such a good dude.
Yeah, I like Jackson.
Yeah, he's awesome. So so that's going well. You guys are learning and growing, and the morning show is working. I mean, you've been I think you're more solid in the morning show than anyone. I see you here more than everyone.
Yeah, I'm here all 5 days.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one here all 5 days. So I'm the only one on Mondays. And then on normal weeks, there's at least one other person the rest of the week. But this week, Piper went out of town. So I was also the only one here on Fridays. I've done quite a few solo morning shows.
So you're holding it up all right?
Yeah, holding it up.
That's cool. What happened to your wrist?
Oh, it just hurts every once in a while. And I haven't gone to the doctor to see what it actually is. But it just starts hurting really bad, and then I wear this for like a week, and then it's fine for like a week, and then I wear it again for like a
Is that your dominant hand?
Yeah. Well, it's both hands. Both hands have the issue, just this hand a little bit more often than this one.
Do you do any art or anything like that? That you long tedious?
Not really.
No. Oh. Interesting. They call it a gyro ball, right? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So a gyro ball is something that you hold, and it's got an inner ball inside of it. And you stick a bit of string in there, and you wind it up, and then you pull the string out, and it spins, and then you start spinning it with your wrist. If you do that, I've got carpal tunnel and things like that from like doing lots of art projects and things. If you do that, I promise you it'll help. And it's super hard to do.
I'll have to look into that.
If I find my one at home, I'll bring it and I'll show you.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's just just a tad bit, because sometimes we use certain muscles over and over and over again, and then the other muscles try to compensate for that. And when they're doing that, you need to work all the other muscles around. Yeah, I'm having the same similar thing in the gym with my arm when I do certain things. And everyone's, oh, you got to get an operation. It's like, no, you don't. You just need to know what to work and how to work it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
No, try it out. Check it out and let me know what you think. Look up gyro ball though. Gyro ball.
All right, I'll do that.
So let's. You just suggested a topic for us to talk about. So do you want to open up that topic?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of my life for the past few years has been like just trying to figure out where I want to go, where I want to be, and like I don't know. It took me a while to find my space, like where I feel I belong. And so I kind of wanted to just like talk about that. And I know that in college especially, that's kind of a difficult thing for a lot of people. A lot of people feel like they don't really belong places, or they don't really like know what they want to do. And I had a long journey with just trying a whole bunch of things until I found something that felt right.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I think they make us do generals, right?
Yeah.
So we're exposed to all the avenues of what the university has to offer.
Yeah.
And then hopefully through that path, you might change 1, 2, or 5 times, depending on who you are. Because I did the same thing. It was the same thing for me, you know. And I always find like it's so confusing being young because you don't know where you fit or what to do or how to be. And it's sometimes awkward.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be awkward.
Yeah. So I wanted to just like, in case there's anybody listening or watching that is in that space and they just feel like lost, just like to talk about it a little bit and let them know that you'll get there. It just takes time. It takes a lot of exploring, but it's out there. What
are some suggestions that, like, some things that you faced with this scenario?
So I was a math major for a while because growing up I was just always told how smart I was, and I was always helping everybody with their math all around me, and like I don't know, I felt like that was my only thing growing up. And so I felt like I kind of had to go into that.
Ouch.
Yeah, and then I got to college and I kind of got into it and I just was sad all the time.
That box doesn't fit.
Yeah, and it didn't feel right, and I was not doing well in my classes, and it was just really bad. So
in those moments, sorry to pause you there, but in those moments, do you feel like you feel discombobulated from your mind to your heart to your body?
Yeah.
You just feel like you're just off balance.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely it. Like it just,
I've felt that a few times.
Something was not fitting, like a puzzle piece that was like almost there, but there was a little gap and it just was not clicking.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. And so I took about a year. I went and talked to advisors and I got my major changed from math to just like the general searching around, and I took as many intro classes to as many different topics as I could.
Good.
And I just to give everything a chance, I took like a dinosaur class and a communication class. I was taking so many different classes, and that was actually really fun. That was really fun to take all sorts of different classes. I think that I really like learning about all sorts of different things, so that was really fun, but I still felt like lost, like I was floating around a little bit. And then in my communication class, we had these speeches that we had to do, and I wrote mine like the day of. I was not prepared for it. Like I wrote it that morning and I had to give it in class, and I got to class and just gave my speech, and after I was done giving the speech, the teacher wanted to talk to me after class, and she was like, hey, there's this speech competition that I want you to bring this to.
What?
Yeah.
So you're a natural at something.
And I was like, whoa. I was like, I really, like, this was without even really putting effort into it, you know?
Yeah, I think I do know what you mean too.
Yeah, and even, like, I was scared to do the speech because I hadn't really done anything like that before, and I kind of do have a lot of anxiety, but like once I got up there and was actually talking, like I felt comfortable in it,
Nice.
you know? So like, and that was something that I had never even thought to try before.
Wow.
And I just I did the speech competition and I didn't win or anything,
Yeah.
but I had so much fun with it. And I loved like being up in front of people and like having the mic on and having the lights in my face and just
Yeah.
my presentation was on chairs. It was awesome. I loved it. And so like I just had such a great time with that in that moment I changed my major. I decided to go all in on communication because that was like the first thing that I'd done since college that it just like clicked. It just felt right, you know?
So all the exploring finally paid off. Yeah. I have a similar thing whenever, I have to really kick my butt to do it, but when I actually sit down to write, and it's not so much I kick my butt to do it, but sometimes like I'm thinking about it whilst not doing it, whilst procrastinating, but my brain is lining it up. Do this, to this, to this, to this. And then by the time when I sit down and put pen to paper or fingers to keys, it just flows. Like it flows so amazingly easy. And it's like, it's foreign because I'm not a great typer. It sucks. But I'm getting better. And it's like I want to do more with that. So now I've been trying to explore into maybe I need to do interdisciplinary, and maybe I should do creative writing. But there's really out of the courses that we have is one course that's creative writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the rest are like all the history and poetry and this and that. I'm sure they're good foundations for you to know and have. But I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
And then to do the interdisciplinary, I've got to do 4 classes on top of that, and I'm in a pickle. So I love communications. I love everything that's about it. And there's one thing that I'm thinking, if I only did a minor here, because I only have to do 1 more class and I'm done for a minor and I'm finished.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. But there's a lot of fundamentals that I've not got either. You know what I mean? And they're probably big weaknesses of mine that I should probably have as strengths. So I'm on the fence, and I just booked all these classes for next semester, and I don't think they're gonna work.
I know. As soon as you press that register button, that's like the most stressed I've ever been in my life.
It's like a pit
I start
in my
regretting
stomach.
everything.
Yeah, no, I'm a wee bit freaked out about it, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. So I don't know. That's my project for today. This afternoon is I need to get that
Figuring
sorted.
that out.
Actually, I was going to go hit this guy up over here, see if he can help me with it too. You good with that?
Yeah. What do you need help with?
I need to work out my major fully versus doing interdisciplinary and maybe just sticking with communications and maybe just doing some writing classes on the side.
Oh yeah. Definitely do some writing classes. Come talk with me. We're
gonna do this. That's Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. I love
Ryan
this man.
Steinecker.
He's such he's the salt of my earth. That's for sure. He's definitely helped me out a bunch, and my kids love him. They love him so much. Oh, I got East Elementary calling me on my phone right now.
Uh-oh.
Hey, chat.
You want me to
Tell
talk?
me about how you combated that.
All right, I'll just tell my story, I guess. So I was math education, and then I went into just like generals, and I did generals for a while, all sorts of different things. I felt like I loved my education classes, but I didn't love the math. And part of the big thing was that I loved math my whole life, and then I got to this point where I was doing such a high level of math that I wasn't finding joy in it anymore. Awesome. It was so stressful that like I didn't really enjoy it anymore, and I didn't want to hate math, so I left. But I still like love math. I still love like the basics of math. So even though I changed my major, I still do like I'm the vice president of the math club. So even though like I've
Hey,
left
wait
math
1 second.
as
I'm going to
my
put you on the
major-
air.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
put you on speaker. Hey, I have to do this because I think it's pretty cool.
okay.
I have East Elementary where my little boy goes to.
Yeah.
They've called the principal called me. He's on the phone right now with my son, and we're on the air on Thunder 91. Say hello, guys. You there, Jack?
working very hard, like incredibly hard, and this week I really tried my very best, and she's super proud of me, and I'm really excited about this.
And
I
so,
got from lesson 1 to lesson 7.
okay.
Can I go?
No, it's good. So what? So because of this phone call is because you just got a what? What is it called?
It's called a brag badge.
A brag badge.
Yeah. Plus, you can only, most people only finish one lesson a day when I was finishing 2 or 3 a day. And Miss
Wow.
Adams said it was really hard, so she had to check in with Senior Governor. And then they decided that it was me because I was working my absolute best. And I was just...
That's good. That I really appreciate it. And we did take off an extra day. We weren't here on Monday, so you missed out on school on Friday and Monday, and you're a little bit worried coming back that you wouldn't be up to par with what you're doing in class. And you got back there and you smashed it straight out, and you did good. And now you got a brag badge, and the principal's on the phone and everything. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Not just that.
Yeah.
But I also...
Steak nuts.
I was also not here because of fall break.
Yeah.
And I'm doing really well.
No, I think it's great. Congratulations and thanks for calling.
Okay. Mr. Moyle has something to say.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, bring it on.
Hi, this is Mr. Moyle at East. How's it going?
Mr. Moyle, you're on the air, just so you know. You're on Thunder 91. How you doing?
Oh, good. Hey, we're just so proud of your son. As he's been sharing, he's worked incredibly hard, and what we do at East Elementary to celebrate those types of things is to have brag badges, and they're little eagle head cutouts that we post up in the hallway, and then we give them 10 sore bucks and a treat.
That's awesome. I feel privileged, and I'm very excited for my boys. They're doing great work. They're doing the Duolingo at your school, and I think it's a great it's a great program that you guys have that there too.
Yeah, we really believe in it. We see kids come, they start in first grade, either they're native Spanish speakers or native English speakers.
Yeah.
And man, by the time they get to 5th grade, they're just rocking it in both languages. It's really neat to watch.
No, I appreciate that, man. Hey, thank you very much for reaching out and calling. I'm glad I took this call, and yeah.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You too. Take care, Mr. Moyle.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
That's so cool.
That's really
That's
cool.
way fun. I
You
like
know,
that they call you to.
Man, my sons, they put so much into their effort with everything they do. You know what I mean? So I can't not, just shed a bit of
Yeah.
light. So sorry about that, guys, but you know what? It was pretty cool. Mr. Moyle, I'm thankful, so thankful. Thank you so much for being there. And this is the second one. My other son, my little guy, he got a brag badge. I think it was only like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I missed the call, so I'm glad I took that one.
Yeah, that's way cool.
Yeah. So how far did you get with your explanation?
All right, so I was just talking about how, even though I found that communication is more right for me, that I still love math.
Uh-huh.
And it was still, something that I wanted to have as part of my life. So even though, I kind of left it, I've still found ways for it to be in my life by being, the vice president of the math club. And so I've kind of just found that, my place in life isn't just one place.
Yeah.
That it's kind of spread out over a few different places.
That's perfect.
And it's finding the balance of how much I want what areas,
Okay, so I have a math question for you.
All right.
I haven't done my generals in math, right? Math and history, but I'm not worried about history because it's always fun. So I'm not great at math, but I took the placement test and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to do the 2 courses that roll with each other to get you up to the level. I personally just want to do it in my own time and then test into it or test out of it.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the best way for me to learn this?
That's kind of a rough question because I never really had to struggle with math.
Yeah.
I never really had to do any of that.
It's amazing.
I was into upper calculus classes by the time I got to college.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like way ahead. That's why I was like, I need to do math because I'm so good at it.
Yeah.
But I have like, because everybody likes telling me where they are in math because of that, and I help people out. There's probably like some things online, or I feel like math textbooks like are so like laid out anyway. Like they kind of just tell you exactly what you need to do.
Okay.
So I feel like
Get
if
a
you're
couple textbooks?
motivated enough, you could just get a math textbook that's kind of in the subjects and the areas of that test, and you can kind of just go through the textbook and because math textbooks have all the questions for you to like practice and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you just wanted to get a textbook and just start going through it, you might be able to like teach yourself that way.
No, yeah, I mean that's probably what I want to do.
Yeah.
I left school very young,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back and like I've learned a lot of math principles without knowing that I'm doing math principles. You know what I mean? So as I'm learning, because I'm actively trying to learn more about it. I'm learning that I actually do know some things. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
some things come along with life that they just,
So I'm going to have to get real with myself and dedicate some time to doing that.
And if you ever want help, I do still love math, and I love helping people learn math, so.
I think I'll get a book and I'll start learning, and because I know the fundamentals of the principles, and I've had a friend from Australia actually help me too, so I can't discredit her. She did great, but I've just not done it since then, and
Yeah, that's fair.
Lee, I'm sorry. Yeah, please don't hate me for it. You're amazing. You're a really good friend too, and I appreciate it. So, but I need to get into it and do it properly. So
then there's so many videos on YouTube of just people teaching math.
Yeah,
too.
YouTube University.
Yeah, so if ever you're like stuck on a question, you can definitely just.
Yeah.
I mean, because I got so far in math, I then got to college and I had some friends that wanted help with more of like the intro classes to math, and like that stuff is stuff I haven't done in years and years. So I've had to like every time somebody like asks me, I'm like, let me look it up, and I have to like reteach myself what it is and then teach them.
Oh, wow.
And I found that most of the time you can just kind of look up the question on Google and it'll show you a video of like how to do that type of question.
Hows and whys.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's definitely a good resource for that.
Yeah. So you occupy yourself with the math stuff.
Yes.
On the side, just for your own sanity. And you're good at communications. I mean, I've worked with you for a little bit now, and you're a really good person. Like I like the way how you look at life, and I think you're going to do some great things, especially around communications. But 9 times out of 10 with communications, especially if you're going to be on the forefront, you're usually in front of the camera. And I don't see you wanting to be in front of the camera. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if in front of the camera is my comfort place. I like doing the background stuff. I like doing like the audio stuff, like in the video production, like practicum. I like doing like the audio stuff. I like being in like the control room. I like doing the background stuff that you don't really like. People who are watching, they don't really know all this stuff is happening, but it's like such a big part of it. I like doing that kind of stuff. So right now I'm like the director, and I'm loving it. I like that a lot.
That's good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a bit of that. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Up to this day, so where you're from in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, I'm from Elmo, Utah.
Yeah.
Elmo.
Yeah. How was that growing up there?
So it's kind of Emory County, which is where Elmo is kind of like a bubble, and I didn't really notice that until I left it.
Yep.
And I realized, like, I don't know, it's like a different time period almost, you know? Like, now that I've gotten so far into this, I've been gone for years, I go back there and it almost feels like I'm going into like an Amish town. Like,
oh, wow. That's no joke.
Like, it's no joke. Like, I don't know. I didn't know how to order things online really, before I moved here. Like, I didn't really understand how the internet
So you're a brand new
worked
human.
all that well. Yeah, so it was like, I kind of did, but I had never really done it. So
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like I moved here and also it's such a bubble and I grew up with the same people my whole life, the same small group
It's a
of people.
small town.
Yeah, I knew everybody around me. Every face I saw all day, every day, I knew.
Yeah.
And so moving here, like I didn't know any of the faces around me. And that was something that I had to really get used to. I had to learn how to meet people because I'd never had to do that before.
Right.
So that was also one of the struggles I was having where I like didn't feel like I fit in anywhere, was because I didn't know how to make friends without like them being friends of friends, you know, without being introduced to them through somebody else. And that took me probably like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years to be able to make any friends here because of that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me because you're such a well-rounded person in so many ways. Like you're easy, you're approachable. You've always been cordial towards me, and I'm a different folk. You know what I mean? Like me being around here, people are either intimidated to talk to me or they don't want to because I'm not young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I've never felt that with you. You know, I've always felt like we've had a pretty even field play.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I've always kind of been like that where like I don't really care who somebody is. Like I can be friends with them.
You accept them for who they are.
Yeah. And like in
that.
high school, there are these different cliques. They're the different groups of people.
That.
Yeah. And that was no different at Emory High where I went to, but I was friends with everybody in all of those groups.
Same.
So like that's kind of always been how I've been, but like for the first few years I was here, I was just kind of quiet and I didn't talk to anybody. And I've definitely like changed a lot within like the time you've met me.
Yeah.
Like I changed a lot before like you met me. I was like a different person just like a year before that, you know?
Okay. So timeline then, so you when you leave Elmo, how old were you then?
I was 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
was 18
through to 20, there's that 2 years of you being awkward, trying to work out what human you are.
Yeah.
You know, and that, I mean, wow, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was
just
a
for
rough
people
time.
that don't know, it's in the middle of Utah. Well, kinda.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere in Utah. That's more like it.
That's definitely true.
There's a mining town not too far away from it, and there's not much else out there.
Yeah, it's farming, mining,
Yeah.
that's it.
And even the farming, I don't know how they do the farming because it looks very drought driven around there.
Yeah, it kind of
sure
is.
they have wells or something,
Yeah,
right?
there's, I don't know. I wasn't a farmer, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not entirely sure how they do it.
Well,
But
what I'm trying to say is the average landscape is sparse. There's no
Yeah,
trees, there's
there's-
no nothing.
yeah.
It's just rock formations after rock
and
formations.
it's not
It's
even
pretty.
like the red rock down here.
No,
it's
it's-
just like
it's
tan.
Tan.
It's
yeah.
just tan everywhere
You
you
get a bit
look.
of green every now and then.
Yeah, and that's it.
I've driven through there so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that just gives you the new idea. And what's the population in your town?
Of Elmo, it's somewhere, it kind of fluctuates between 300 and 400 people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
That's not
tiny.
even a school.
No, there's not a school in Elmo. I had to go to the next town over for my elementary school. It was like a 5-minute drive. And then for my junior high, it was 2 towns over. And then for my high school, it was like 4 towns over.
Wow.
I had to ride the bus for like 2 hours.
Where was it in?
It was in Castledale.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so it was like, and my high school had 9 towns that went to this one high school, and
Yeah.
it was still small. Like my graduating class was still only like 100 people.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's tiny place.
So my wife grew up in Blanding, right?
Yeah.
So we'd travel through there all the time, going up and down,
Yeah.
up north, down south. But being there after, everyone was really cool while I was there. And my wife's fighting the good fight of cancer. And then she passes away. And because we had been in the church and we left the church, the whole town turned their back on me. Like, even to the point where if I went to the store to buy something, like 2 days before when my wife was alive, hey, how's Annie doing? What's going on? To turn their back, do not look at me. Like, do not look at me.
That's crazy.
And that's just a small town mentality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, you know, and I think Blanding's a great little town. It has so much to offer. It's, you know, you always know someone that knows someone from Blanding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of those towns. So to experience that with them, it kind of crushed my soul a little bit. It's like, oh man, you know, I'm a good dude. But it is what it is, and I survived it. So just to shed light on what small towns can be like, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
300 people, you'd have to watch
Everybody
everything.
is in everybody's
Yeah,
business.
That's
Yeah.
kind of hard. Huh?
Yeah.
Are you glad to be away?
Yeah. I don't think I could ever live there again.
No.
I do enjoy going back and visiting.
Sure.
And like my grandma's there, so
Hmm.
you know, all my people are there, but I don't know. After I'm there for like maybe a week, I'm like, I need to go.
Yeah, well, it's time to go. But
Yeah.
I find those places though, whenever we would go back, like with my wife, we'd go there for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a place to go and you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
You can read a
it's
good
really
book.
nice.
It's a nice scenario. It's kind
Yeah.
of nice to have a place like that to reset where everything else is always hard, go,
Yeah.
go.
A lot of times when things get like crazy here, I tend to not really plan my trips back home very much, and I'll just randomly be like, I have 2 days off, I'm going back home.
Sure,
and
you
I
need to reset.
I go down there and I stay at my grandma's house and I visit with my nieces
Shout out to
and
grandma.
nephews. Oh yeah, shout out to grandma for sure.
Yeah.
And like it's definitely a reset. It brings me back to like a working level, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and we need that. We
Yeah.
need that downtime. It's a good thing to have. We're rounding up to the last 5 minutes.
All right.
So, is there anything else you would like to touch on?
Ooh.
This disappeared really fast, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
it
like
went really
dissolved.
fast. I don't know. I just want people to know that if they're out there and they're struggling to like find their place and they're struggling making friends and they don't know what to do or where to go, I mean, just the big thing is just put yourself out there. Just try new things and like getting into communication and getting into everything. I've made some of my best friends ever.
Yeah.
And so just keep trying things until something feels right. And it'll be out there. You'll find something. It just might take a while.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to add to that, the one thing is when you do try things, go to an art class every Wednesday. We go paint whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the people that you find there, just a good conversation. Before you know it, 20 years goes past and that's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Though it's the people that you meet that make the experience even sweeter.
And don't be afraid to like do things alone. Because that was like one of my big things is that I didn't want to go anywhere because I didn't have anybody to go with.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was a big thing for me. So like don't be afraid to go places alone.
I call that I'm gonna date myself.
Yeah.
And it's all for me. I'm going to eat the food I want to eat. I'm going to go see the movie I want to go see. Or I'm going to go
Exactly.
climb the mountain I want to go climb. And I don't care. I'm going to turn my phone off. No one's going to bother me. It's all me.
Yeah.
And I used to do it all the time. I used to go to the movies by myself. I used to go out for dinner all the time. And a couple of my friends were like, don't you feel embarrassed going by yourself? It's like, no, actually, I don't have to put up with your conversation.
Well, it's also like you're not going to make any new friends
Yeah.
if you're so stuck to your old friends. So
Yeah.
if you're not going anywhere and like doing things alone, you're never going to talk to new people. You're never going to make
grow.
new friends. So
Yeah. You need friends, man. Friends are good
Yeah.
to have. One last question for you, and it can do with anything in the world, right? Anything in
All
your
right.
life. What makes the difference?
I mean, just people. I'm such a people person.
Yeah,
I love
connection.
people. I love connection.
Yeah.
I love their stories. And so I think that's why like communication like clicks with
Yeah.
me is that just stories and people and humanity is just like the most important thing to me. And just joy. If you're not having fun, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel it inside you. You don't.
Yeah.
It's so easy to say, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, there's so many people out there that I think get stuck in like what they're supposed to do that they never find what they want to do, and I
Yeah.
think that's a sad life.
I call that song My Hero from, why can't I think of it? Dave Grohl's band. There Goes My Hero.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Ordinary.
Yeah.
Like the 9 to 5ers. I can't do 9 to 5, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Take my hat off to all you guys that can, because that's not the life I want.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me
Go
too.
get what you want,
Yep.
because it's our time now. We're
Yeah.
alive, right? We're breathing. It's
We're
us.
alive. Like, let's do what we want to
Yeah.
do. Let's do our stuff. Yeah.
I like
yeah.
it. Katie, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
You came in at the last minute too, and I was like, I could just have a sit-out hour, but I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah.
And I got to know you a little bit better too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Had a
thank
good
you
time.
so much. We're going to Katy Perry now. And thanks, YouTube. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, of course.